Africa as a continent is divided into 54 independent countries, which shares over 2,000 tribes. Hence, we are known as the most ethnically diverse continent in the world. Remember, our division as a continent is not necessarily a bad thing, because these diversities and cultures and traditions are the colors that light up Africa. But failure to see this diversity as unity is what is detrimental to us as a continent. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for coming back. If you're returning, you know you are loved, you are celebrated, you are appreciated. And if you're new here, thank you so much for clicking. Now, why is tribe our enemy? You know, a lot of times, to say the truth, sometimes, okay, should I say lots of times, right? We do not regard people from other tribes as fit or as important as we are. And this is evident in the way we live with ourselves and the way we regard each other. Right? We're going to be having some instances here and some stories, personal stories, so to share with you, so that we all can see how far this thing is going and how far it's destroying us as Africans. Why is it that sometimes we find fault in other people simply because they are not speaking the same language with us, simply because they do not have the same beliefs? We look at their cultures, their rituals, and their traditions as evil, as bad, but our own to us is the best. We won't even look at the bad side of our own. We'll only say, nah, this is tradition, this is how it's supposed to be. But when it comes to the other people, you ask yourself, what kind of tradition is this? What kind of tribe, what kind of language is this one they're speaking again? You know, we are used to this. A lot of things has transpired as in Africa and the history of Africa that sometimes you don't know what to believe anymore. Because when you are trying to discover this, you discover that, and then you ask yourself, what is even there? Because a lot of things, they've tried to cover a lot of things. Right? That's why I say you leave your thoughts, leave your comment there at the section. What do you think about this whole tribal issue? When can we as Africans love ourselves irrespective of our tribes, irrespective of our language, right? Irrespective of those barriers they have created amongst us? You find it, you know, sometimes it's so funny that when you're traveling from a country in Africa to the other, and you see that I don't know, there's one particular, I think Congo and which other country, they are together. But before you cross over, even on the water itself, if you are fishing and then you mistakenly enter the other side, you see the way the coast guards will pursue you as if you are an enemy, an intruder. This wasn't like that before. But now we see ourselves in this situation. There are lots of parents, that find it so difficult to allow their children intermarry. Because they will tell you, this tribe is not okay. When you say, what about these people? They say, no. They will bring one fault, they are not okay. When you call this tribe, they say, no, they are not okay. And then at the end of it all, you see that you're bouncing back. And then to be like, it is only your tribe that is good. It is only your tribe that is okay. And it is only your tribe that you can marry to. When it is another tribe, if it's another tribe, is a no. But your tribe is a yes. And this is happening. If you have issues like this as well, you can leave your comment and stuff there at the section below. Why is it that it's difficult for your tribe to marry into another tribe? Now I'm talking about Africa as a whole. Now it can be tribes in Nigeria, it can be tribes in Uganda, it can be tribes in Ghana, it can be tribes in Kenya, it can be tribes in Angola, all the African countries that you can think of if you're watching me from anywhere. Now can you just leave a comment there? Why it is so difficult for your tribe to marry into another tribe in your country? Right? If you have issues like this, you can leave a comment there at the section below. Now, growing up, my mother keeps saying, none of us should go and bring a man from another tribe into the house. Nobody should go and marry from another tribe. You know, she kept emphasizing on this fact, and one day we had to ask her, why do you keep insisting that we have to marry from our tribe? What if we do not see a man from our tribe? What if, you know, all this, we're just bringing excuses, we're just bringing instances, and she keeps saying it must be from our tribe. Why? When we ask why, she say no, it's those from our tribe that we understand, that we know. It's difficult. What if the other one, the person from the other tribe is a fraud? How will you get to know the person? How would they go and ask about the family? How is the family? But if it's from the tribe, from our place, it is easy to get to know who the family you're marrying into is and the rest of them. Now, marrying your tribal person, does it guarantee a peaceful marriage or a lasting marriage? The answer is still no. Because there are lots and lots of persons that married our tribal men, and some of them are not finding it easy, and there are some that are married outside and they are okay, they are happy. I am an example of that, because none of us of our family were willing to marry our tribal men. Reason being that we grew up in an environment where we have most of our people, and then we saw the way these women are suffering. We saw the way the marriages were, and we felt like, if I'm going to marry my person and be like this, there's no point doing this. There's no point, it affected us psychologically, and as God will have it, even personally, none of my tribal guy came to me for marriage. You see the way things are. And it was so difficult for my parents, especially for my mother, to accept that fact that I wasn't going to marry from my tribe. We can only live peacefully if we respect each other's cultures and tradition. If we see the other culture as important as our own is, then things will begin to change, right? But by the time we keep showing that differences by saying, no, you are not from our place, this issue of you are not from our place, so it's even seen in our systems. Even in some states, in some nations in Africa that have about 2 or 3 languages, you see that those tribes or languages keep fighting themselves in the same state. Now, we're not talking about far away, in the same state, in the nation. Now, talk more of the whole tribes in that nation coming together. Just imagine, when you bring your own delicacy, this one look at it, no, it's not sweet, it's not nice, my own is the best. And then you tell the person, your own too is not nice, it's not sweet, my own is the best. If we keep acting this way, there is no way that this unity and peace we're talking about will achieve it. Because tribalism is one of the things that is making us as Africans not to be united as we should be. Tribal differences is eating us up more than the way we think. And if we keep sitting and folding our hands and look at it that is a normal thing, then we're not going to get to the level which we're aiming after. We need more understanding of one another. Each tribe should respect the other tribe. Now, someone is coming who might be a breath of fresh air to the nation. And then you discover that because this person is not from the tribe that they want, they will tell you that they are not voting that person. Now, even if the person they have from their tribe is someone they know, they are aware that this person will not take the nation to the next level, they will keep hanging on that person. They will tell themselves, this is our own. Right? Now our own. Even if he bad, now our own. And they will keep hanging on that person. Because it is from that person is from their tribe. That person is their own. Now, the idea of the general public is not there. The betterment for what is good for the public is not there anymore in the head. But because that person is from your region, that person is your tribe, you will say this is our own. Even if he's bad, let us protect him. This idea that we have as Africans is what is destroying us. The idea of this is our person. Even if the person does something wrong, you tend to cover that person, right? You tend to cover that person because it is your brother, he or she is your brother or your sister. You will not look at the evil the person does. And then you call it, what? I don't know. Patriotism, right? This is what we call it. Because of this idea of tribalism. And this thing will keep destroying each nation in Africa unless we grow above tribal differences. Unless we open our eyes to understand ourselves beyond tribes, then I don't know where we are heading to as a continent. Look at how pitiable we are gradually becoming. Look at how our currencies in each African countries are just, the values of our currencies are depreciating by day. Our currencies are now so inferior to the dollar that sometimes you begin to wonder, how did we come to this? Right? If we had one mind, if we agree above tribal differences, we should have something like that. Right? And by now, the way Africa is so indebted to the US dollar, it shouldn't have been like that. Now look at all of us. We are all at the mercy of the US dollars. We are all at the mercy of the US dollars. However it pushes us, that's the way we go. Was it last week? I was so bittered to discover that, I think from the news, it was said that Nigeria had to borrow again from World Bank. Look at the debt we are in, and we had to still borrow when we have everything we need in a country. Was it not last week now or some days ago that it is discovered that a lot of most of our senators, our politicians are stealing our oils? Imagine you are in a country, it is your country. If it's good, it is your own. If it's bad, it's still your own. Right? That's what I keep saying. The way we are running away, everybody is doing Nigeria to America vlog, moving to America, moving to Europe. By the time they pursue everybody back, I believe some of you will have to remain in the airports, because now you are destroying it and you are running away. By the time we have to struggle to make it work, and then you start running back, maybe we'll have to send you back there. Since you are abandoning it and going, you are not just abandoning it, you are destroying it. To imagine that a politician from a country is willing to steal the resources of the nation and give it out, sell it cheap. Hi, no, this is, I don't know how I'm going to explain this thing, but you know, all these things are seen, and like I tell you, these persons are watching, they are like, oh, their eyes are rotating, right? They are seeing that this issue of tribal thing is still working. They succeeded in separating us and putting boundaries, right? And it's working for them. And until we open our eyes to see beyond these things, we will keep being the way we are, and things will never be better. Let's be united, irrespective of those cultures, irrespective of those traditions and beliefs. Let's love ourselves as Africans. Remember, the world fears a united Africa. And I tell you this, not just by mercy. The world fears a united Africa. They are scared that if we are united, let me laugh in which tribe now? That if we are united, something big will happen. And that is why they keep giving us reasons why there should be a demarcation. They keep giving us reasons why we have to keep pushing ourselves off. All this for their selfish interest. And the question is, are we going to keep doing this to ourselves? Are we going to keep doing this to our nation? And this is where we stop for today. I still remain Abigail Dosimiri. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do it by hitting the subscribe button. And remember, your thoughts are very much welcome, and it's important as we try our best to see how we make our continent better. So do leave your comments, your thoughts there at the section. Don't think of whatever and then you feel like going off. Just leave your comment and thoughts there at the section below, so we discuss together and discuss the way forward. This issue of a tribalism that is eating us up so deeply. And I will see you in my next one. Remember to love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive. Bye.